This is a new opportunity for investment on the exchange. IPOs are always looked at in Uganda with mixed feelings, majorly because some have performed very well, others have had challenges, others have performed well, but in terms of secondary market trading, have not reacted to price as many people do expect. So what is there in an IPO for investors to look out for? I think if you looked at the different investment opportunities in Uganda, you can look at the money markets, where you have money markets, the treasury bills, the umbrella trust funds among the different avenues. There are the government bonds, the different tenors from 5-year all the way to 20-year. And then there are the equities. The equities have actually performed interestingly well post-COVID, despite all the challenges we've seen, the geopolitics, high interest rates, better returns in the government bond market and the fixed income market generally. They've reacted to the positive trends we've seen in the economy. The prediction of growing at 6 to 6.5% GDP, the rebound of investment. We've seen all companies report profits. That was at the end of December 2022. And we've also seen some of these companies react to these investment opportunities of the earnings in dividends. Some counters have grown as high as 155% this year. We've seen another 34%. And some dividend yields have been as high as 14%, 11%. And this is quite competitive with the government bond market. Last year was exceptional with high interest rates. We saw the 20-year bond go at about 18.5%, among others. But the markets work. I know a lot of people believe they don't, but you need to learn where the opportunities are. And dividends, growth of companies are really some of the key areas to look at in terms of investments. The sectors we've got at the stock exchange include the banking and finance, the telecom sector. Now we'll have a second company at the listing in October. But if you look at East Africa as a whole, those will be 5 telecom companies listed on the various stock exchanges. So there's a comparative array of assets to compare to in terms of investment, and for you to make an investment decision on which company to invest in and what their different strategies are. As mentioned, coming to the market is not an easy feat. There's a lot of work that is done, and I would like to specifically thank my team. There's a review team, Anthony, Isaac, Patience, and the rest of the USC team that specifically held this 300-page document and the review of the full data site that had numerous documents to ensure that the prospectus met the listing requirements, but also followed all the legal requirements in terms of laws, regulations, among others. I thank you for that commitment, but also to our listing committee board, board listing committee that reviewed this application and gave an approval to Airtel to proceed with the listing and the IPO. Thank you for your input. So, I saw that. A reason to imagine. Imagine today you had to walk to URSB. You had an idea. You want to set up a company. URSB, go to the one-stop center, deal with all the paperwork, go to the bank, look for capital, have to employ people. You go through the nitty-gritties of trying to set up a company and then run the business. Well, that is one way of investing or looking at the future. But here we have a company. They say money can work for you. You've got a management, growth story, you've got all the history that has been put together, the numbers have been shared, and there's a prospectus for you to analyze. So as you go to the one-stop center or get that idea, I think it's worth looking at this idea of investing in this IPO. As the exchange, we encourage people to read the prospectus, look out for the nitty-gritties that are required, look at the research notes from the stockbrokers and research analysts, read the document. But if you're not able to, there's an abridged version for those, but take advice from the qualified specialists, but also make an informed decision as an intern. Medium term, what is the story, the strategy, among others. So, Keith spoke to the policy behind this. I will not speak to that, the reasons why we are here, among others. But I'll speak to a few channels that the exchange got. We have put in place, there's the MIPO solution. There's also the Easy Portal. You can download this from Google Play Store and follow the prompts. And it's been made as easy as possible to participate in an IPO, as we saw in the previous IPO 2 years back. With that, I'll just make one clarity. The company is listing 40 billion shares on the exchange and offering 20% to the public. With that, I wish you all the best and consider investing in the capital markets and in this opportunity that has come by. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. You've gifted me some new numbers to remember. I'll go with the last one. The company is listing 40 billion and 20% of that, which is 8 billion, to the public. The other numbers are 5 and 5. 5 licensed stockbrokers, 5 licensed custodial funds. Please clap for him. So we have 5, 8, 11, and 11.2. Those are numbers to remember. Thank you so much. I would like to inform our MD, you've been joined by representation from first, ABSA. Can I hear a clap, big clap for the ABSA team? We have also been joined by a big team from Quested Capital. We've been joined by another big team from Stanbic Bank, Equity Bank, BFCU Bank. I see CATS. They call themselves the Land Friends. We also went to school, my dear. I also see a team from Cheaper Cash. Mr. Manoj, you've been joined by a cross-section of media houses, our partners. They are right behind there on the cameras. Please, let's clap for them. They carry the message. Mr. Manoj and your partners, the proceedings of this event are also being broadcast live on our YouTube channel and other social media channels that don't include Facebook. That was mine. I see he has given me a tough eye, but yes, we are not on Facebook. I did that on purpose because I was going to invite our regulator, Ms. Susan Wegoye. You're most welcome. She's going to give the remarks. You can leave the Facebook bit. It's okay. And after that, I'll again invite our managing director to give us the call to action. Susan, you're most welcome.
The Chairman, Board of Directors of Airtel, Mr. Hannington Karuhanga, the Chief Executive Officer, the Capital Markets of Mr. Keith Kaliechira, the Chief Executive Officer of the Uganda Securities Exchange, Mr. Paul Bwiso, the representative of Bank of State in a very momentous occasion for Airtel Uganda. Airtel, as we all know, has grown its business over the years to become one of the key players in the sector. In the year 2019-2020, the Uganda Communications Commission, together with other key stakeholders, the Capital Markets Authority, the Ministry of ICT, did consider ways in which we could get Ugandans to participate in the telecom sector, which is one of the sectors that is growing by leaps and bounds. And arising out of that, we did make provision for the listing of the 20% requirements as a license requirement for one of the key license categories, the National Telecommunications Operator License. And Airtel is one of the pioneers holding this license. We all know by now that this is considered one of the prime licenses in the sector. Airtel paid approximately $70 million for this license, and this money went to the treasury. We can clap for that, I think. And also, this license is for a period of 20 years renewable. So it is a good license to invest in. I think it's a good business for any Ugandan to invest in. For this license, you can do everything. It's a composite license. You can do voice, you can do data, you can do infrastructure, you can do value-added services. So it's a prime license, and I think that it's a good one for anyone to consider investing in. And then in respect of Airtel Uganda, we can confirm that Airtel is a decent corporate person. It is also a compliant operator. I'm not telling Airtel, I'm just telling the things that I know as a regulator. Yeah, I see Mr. Mano is very happy. So we also know that previously maybe connectivity was an option, but as we speak today, we know that connectivity is now defined as a basic human right. The same way that you have food, you have clothing, you have shelter, you must have connectivity. And this also is reflected in the national documents that we have. For example, the National Broadband Policy of 2018, the National Development Plan 3, NDP 3, and also the PDM. So we find that as a country, connectivity will only keep getting relevant by the day. Everything that we know of today rides on the back of connectivity. Previously, for example, there was a clear difference between different services, but you find that now all the services are merged together. For example, whereas we do not regulate mobile money, we all know, with due respect to the financial sector with which we are getting fused, that we have lots of money moving on the telecommunications platforms every day. And so because of that, we have the same strict level of security that you have within the financial sector. We see that going forward, the telecommunications sector will continue to play a key role within the national development agenda. And as one of the key players, we would want to congratulate Airtel for the milestones that it has achieved, and specifically for this day, which we have also looked forward to and planned together with them. So congratulations to Airtel and the team. We wish you well.
Thank you so much, Susan. We are delighted to have those remarks. I now would like to invite our Managing Director to come and give us the call to action. And then we go to the market. Thank you.
I would request my colleague Amit to join me to get into detail of how the application process and everything is. But let me thank our regulator UCC and the Telecom Ministry for their unwavering support for Uganda's telecom sector and Airtel Uganda in particular. Without the support and counsel of the Ministry and colleagues, little of what we have done in the industry would have been possible. I would like to welcome the Permanent Secretary of Telecom, who is come just in time to address us and grace the occasion. Warm welcome, Madam. You have now heard the prospects of this great company, Airtel Uganda Limited. And Amit, my colleague here, will give details about how the share process and the steps are. But I would like to now take this occasion to thank the regulator CMA, Keith, and our listing partner, the Uganda Stock Exchange, and Paul, who has come here, the MD of APSA Bank, Mumba, the CEO of Crested Capital, Robert, and all the investors, my colleagues, my exco, all my directors who are present in this room, the media, and prospective investors who are in this room. And thank you all for coming here and gracing this occasion. Special mention to Mr. Sudhir, who has come here to grace this occasion. And before I ask Amit to take us through the steps, I would warmly welcome and request the Permanent Secretary of Telecom to please come and address the gathering.
The Chairman, Board of Directors for Airtel Uganda, Mr. Hannington Karuhanga. The CEO, Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Keith Kalijira. The CEO, Uganda Securities Exchange, our representatives or representative of Uganda Communications Commission, representatives of Bank of Uganda present, the Managing Director, Airtel Uganda, Mr. Manoj Morali, our distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as well as the press, good morning to you all. It has been quite an ambush for me to just walk in and called on the podium. Apologies for the late coming, but I am standing here to represent my minister, the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, who was supposed to be the guest of honor today. However, he lost a relative last evening and he's gone for burial in Kanungu, but he sends his regards and congratulations. So I'm going to give this speech verbatim as he would have given it. And along the way, of course, I'll chip in what the technical conversation has to be by the peers. It is truly an honor to stand here before you today as we gather to mark a significant milestone in the telecommunications sector and the broader realm of information communications technology. In this sector, we also take note of the fact that communication and national guidance play a key role in guiding our nation. As the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, remember I said I'm saying this verbatim, I am deeply humbled to be the guest of honor on this auspicious day. Our ministry stands as the guardian of progress, innovation and connectivity in Uganda. And it is a privilege to witness the convergence of these ideals here today. The establishment of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance marked a turning point in our nation's journey towards technological advancement and social transformation. Our mandate is clear: to provide strategic and technical leadership, coordinate policy, advocate for regulations, and steer the course of the ICT sector towards sustainable development. We envision a knowledgeable and productive society, one empowered by information, communications technology, and our shared national ideology. Last week, the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance launched the Digital Transformation Roadmap that is going to steer the direction in which this country should transform for the next 5 years in digital transformation. And this 5-year roadmap has 5 pillars that are really aligned to what some of the reasons we are here for today. There are 5 pillars, namely the infrastructure and connectivity pillar, because we are looking at ensuring that we have connectivity for this whole country and leave no one behind in the process. The second pillar is digital services, for ensuring that we get services online and operate efficiently as a government, as well as a country. The third pillar is cybersecurity and data protection and privacy. As we do and transact businesses online, we have to ensure that we are doing it in a secure environment and one that is trusted. The fourth pillar is skilling. It is critical for us to have, the skill sets and talent that have to run the services or that have to expand the infrastructure and connectivity, as well as spearhead the digital transformation program. And then lastly, the fifth pillar is innovation and entrepreneurship. We know we have one of the youngest populations in the world. And with over 30 million people below the age of 30, with a lot of potential and capacity to grow and nurture a lot of innovations to commercial scale, and also create employment opportunities in the process. So today, as we gather here to witness the launch of the IPO prospectus for Airtel Uganda, we are reminded of the intricate dance between private sector dynamism and public sector stewardship. So our role as government is to, give you the direction, and the role of the private sector is to implement. As government, we cannot do this alone. That is why we are here today, to emphasize the synergy and collaboration that we have together. Airtel Uganda, a key player in our telecommunication landscape, has been pivotal in driving connectivity and innovation across the nation. So you see, even the pillars that I have talked to, Airtel is largely contributing to these pillars in the process. Yes, and a round of applause is deserved. Let's have a stronger round of applause for Airtel. Its steadfast commitment to delivering cutting-edge technologies, expanding network coverage, and cultivating a customer-centric approach has had a transformative impact on our society. This IPO marks a moment of unity where public and private interest coverage for the betterment of our nation are very key. As we embrace this new chapter, we must recognize the significance of collaborative efforts. Our ministry has worked tirelessly to ensure effective communication of government policies and programs to promote national ideology and to extend the reach of ICT infrastructure and services across the length and breadth of Uganda. I think I will give you my personal experience with Airtel. Of course, we know Airtel has evolved over the years, but it has still maintained the red color. With the various, we moved from, I don't remember whether Celtel was red, but Warid red, now Airtel red. We have maintained the red, and usually red is blood and unity, I imagine. I'm yet to know why we have maintained that color, but today you find that a number of people, of course, have two lines, but it's two lines for a reason, to complement each other, and that is how we are supposed to move as a country. So ladies and gentlemen, this gathering serves as a testament to the progress we have made, and it propels us forward toward a future of even greater promise. It is a demonstration of how public policy, regulatory frameworks, and innovation can harmoniously coexist to fuel socio-economic growth. I commend the Board of Directors of Airtel, the leadership of Airtel Uganda, and all stakeholders involved for their unwavering dedication to this endeavor. Your commitment to transparent and responsible business practices not only benefits your enterprise, but also contributes to the holistic development of our nation. So as we embark on this exciting journey of the IPO, let us remember that it is not just about financial investments, but it is about investing in the future of this country. By participating in this IPO, investors become stakeholders in the growth story of Airtel Uganda, which in turn aligns with our ministry's mission to drive social and economic transformation through ICT, communications, and national ideology. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes a moment that encapsulates the culmination of collaboration and foresight. The unveiling of the share price for Airtel Uganda's IPO today. To do this, we will employ a visual countdown. Now, this is an instruction I am reading. We shall employ a visual countdown timer that will grace our screens, counting down the seconds until the much-awaited reveal. I hope this is not done yet. Given that I was late, you never know, I might be reading history. That is what I envision is going to happen. So I invite you all to direct your attention to the screens as we embark on this thrilling countdown. The countdown symbolizes not just numbers, but the potential, the dreams, and the aspirations that lie within these figures. With each passing second, we inch closer to uncovering the value that this IPO holds for Ugandan investors, for Airtel Uganda, and for our nation's progress. So as the numbers materialize on the screens before us, may they serve as a reflection of the collaborative efforts, the innovative spirit, the shared vision that have brought us to this important point. Let this moment inspire all of us to continue investing in Uganda's future, a future where connectivity and progress know no bounds. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let the countdown begin. So thank you everyone for sharing in this very exciting moment for this country. The revealed shared price symbolizes more than just a number. It represents the collective potential and the boundless opportunities that lie ahead. May this moment of revelation inspire us all to be active participants in shaping the future of Uganda's telecommunication landscape. And at one opportune time, I will declare what my contribution will be to this. I thank you. And congratulations once again, Airtel Uganda.
You onto the stage for one simple assignment. I'd like to invite Mr. Manoj and your partners in this transaction to join our PS, and I'll give a copy of the prospectus, Robert, Samira, Mr. Mumba, Sim. Doctor, where you are not, we are going through the numbers, but you've added us another number, which is 100. And Suzanne? Thank you so much. Oh, give me another copy. Dr. Sudhir? Dr. Sudhir, please join in. I'm bringing a copy. Kindly extend this. Paul. Kate, I can't leave you standing. Bring the copy. Kindly extend this side for history. In the books, there are numbers, but we are making history with this picture. This document is also available, or is going to be available right after this event on our website at the airtel.co.ug/IPO. So take your time. You just need a few MBs. It's actually free. You can download it even without MBs on your phone. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I now would like to invite our Chief Commercial Officer, Mr. Meet Kapul, to take us through the USSD of how are you going to open an SCD account and buy the shares. Thank you so much.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. So now we have heard about the prospects of the company. We have seen the prospectus. We've seen the fantastic pricing of Uganda 100 shilling. So now how do we apply? So
Smart 24, driving business.
which a lot of us are likely to be, then you can go to *185 *85 hash on Airtel Money, enter your NIN, select the option 1, which is apply for SCD account, enter your valid national identity number, follow the prompts and open your account. Once you have opened your account, then you can again go to *185 *85 hash, select option 2. That is, choose Airtel IPO purchase. Then you enter your valid national identification number, input your number of shares that you want to apply for, and then you select the broker through whom you are applying for. After that, you put in your PIN, the Airtel Money PIN, to confirm your application. It's a very simple process. You can do it completely online. For anyone who already has an existing SCD account, which is your securities depository account, if you have not linked it with your national ID, please contact your broker and have it linked to your national ID. Thank you. Happy investing.
Thank you so much. We have come to the formal end of today's engagement. Take a minute to say hello to your neighbor. I asked my colleagues from Airtel, this function has not been successful without the input of a cross-section of partners from Airtel, Hudson and Sandler, Crested Capital, and wherever you are, Airtel team, the behind-the-scenes team. I happen to be a lucky one. I play both behind and in front. So the behind-the-scenes team is still behind. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the work you have done. I'd like to ask Mr. Manoj politely, this is after the function, please, could you introduce your leadership team? We didn't get a chance to. Even when I asked to break them up so that they sit next to other people, they still refused. They'll buy me a drink.
I can see my leadership team smiling at me. Let me start with no particular order. Dennis, who is our legal and regulatory director, can you please stand up? I have Ali Balunyawa, who is my sales director. Brendan, can you please stand up? My sales director for growth markets. Dennis Kahindi, who has just joined us, our director for home broadband. Rajesh, who is our network director. Nishant, who is my finance director. Michael, who is my supply chain director. Flavia, who is my human resource director. Chafet Arito, who is our managing director for Airtel Money. Amit Kapoor, who is my chief commercial officer. Donald, where are you? Donald, who is my IT director. Alan, who is my enterprise director. I hope I haven't missed. Henry, where is Henry? Henry, who is my marketing director. Okay, so this is my team who works with me in the Exco to run Airtel Uganda and take Airtel Uganda to greater heights. Thank you all. I would also like to introduce, because I think David's main intention was that, David Biringi, my head of PR. David, just wave to the crowd. Noila, my head of brand. I have Caroline, who is the head of retail. Tony Musisi, who is my distribution head. I have Mike Mohanji, who is my acting director for customer service. I hope I haven't missed anyone else. Sorry guys if I have missed. Thank you. David, is that okay? Thank you.
If you haven't had something to eat or drink, please, the warmers are still out there. We're a blessed country. We have 5G. We also have good food. Thank you. Thank you. So I'd like to invite the production to give us something.
Uncle, you should see London. Oh, my boy. It has been 5 years. You should see Uganda. Yes. Uncle Marcus, this is my former school. Soon there will be more than 1 million children learning like this for free. This is impressive. Do you even have connection out here? Oh, we have 100% 4G countrywide. Okay. We even have 5G too.
That's approximately 700 billion Uganda shillings in tax, making Airtel one of the largest corporate income taxpayers over the last 5 years, helping build a better Uganda.
Today your son saw.
Smart 24, driving business.